Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever it is, wherever it is or wherever you are across the globe. It's lovely to have your company on what is this Friday evening here in the UK. We've just hit 6 p.m, so this is our last live show of the day, and it is of course Friday before we go into our weekend educational shows, and boy, it's going to be a busy one. Now, talking about busy, we have had a very busy week, and that's all down to getting organised. We've had a sensational event where we've all had organisation deals, we've had inspiration for you, and I say inspiration because sometimes you think, you get storage and you think, how do I use it? What's the best things to put in it? Is there a reason for said storage? Well, if you've been following us at Crafters TV for a wee while, you will know, of course, that we, the home of Totally Tiffany, and if you've been crafting for many years, you will know the exceptional quality that Tiffany brings when it comes to her storage. And leading on the back of that, as I say, with our Getting Organised event here that's been running all week, we've had the good deals. Tiffany was on yesterday with Ben with a US warehouse clearance. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that just in a wee moment or two, but when it comes to tonight, we have got a masterclass all about storage. Now, again, we've got phenomenal deals. The value is exceptional, and the key thing as well with Totally Tiffany, the quality is out of this world. Now, it is open to everyone. However, what I will say is on yesterday, the back of yesterday, there was a USA warehouse clearance for you guys stateside, and for you guys stateside alone, just to say that that is still running. You can get your hands on so many of the items that Tiffany and Ben featured yesterday, still with the benefits. So therefore, from the items from the USA warehouse clearance, if you spend $50 or more, as long as your basket contains all items from the USA warehouse clearance, you are going to get free shipping. It is exceptional value on top of that as well. So just think about, you know, what the cost of the shipping would be. As long as your basket is $50 or more and it all contains, of course, the items from the USA warehouse clearance. The other thing to think about it is the orange sticker across on the website. Whether it is ours at crafterscompanion.com or whether, of course, it's Tiffany's herself, you can shop on either one. You're still going to get that same benefit as well. However, what we've managed to do as well within some of the items from the USA warehouse clearance, we've kind of managed to match a couple of them for here in the UK. So if you're thinking, oh, but they got that item at an incredible price, there's a select amount of them that we were able to do that here for you guys across on crafterscompanion.co.uk. So we just wanted to let you know that you can go across onto the website, have a little bit of peruse, and you're going to find some of these items that you've got at the same benefit, but for here in the UK. Now, that being said, on this side of the pond, here in Newton Aycliffe in the studio, I'm all by myself. all by myself. I do have Jake just outside, and then we've got Nicola and Charlotte just in the gallery next door. Although I do say that I'm all by myself, we do have Grace that is on the comments for this evening. So anything that you're wanting to ask me to translate, just send across to Tiffany. Then do that. Let Grace know, and we'll do that. Any questions, anything like that you want to know, or you just want to give your feedback on how incredible the quality and how useful it is when it comes to the storage. Now, that being said as well, I do say that I'm on my own in this studio, but I'm not on my own as a whole. We've got all the way from Arizona. We were together for the first time just, less than 2 weeks ago. And they've thought, do you know what? Let's put them together again. It's Tiffany. Hiya, Tiffany.
Hi, Craig. I'm so excited to have you with me today, or for me to be with you, or whatever. We have such a good time together, and it's so much fun to be helping people get organized. And some of the deals today are just amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to answering some questions and solving some problems and helping everybody, whether you're in the UK or the US, get your craft supplies organized today so you can get more done, have more fun, and craft more often. Woo!
Absolutely.
So let's get started.
Now, actually, because I've got a question as well, for you, Tiffany, and this is from me. Now, of course, we've had incredible deals when it comes to the storage that you've brought this week. What is it about the storage and the organised event that we've had this week that's just been incredibly busy? You know, it has just exceeded expectations this whole week. You know, what is it about getting organised in your storage that everyone's loving?
You know, Craig, I think the reason that crafters love Totally Tiffany storage is because it is actually designed by crafters for crafters. So when we're coming up with products, we are all crafters. We're testing them out. Do they work the way we work? Do they fit the things that we use? Can we transport them around easily? So I think that really is a key to the success of the week, that we've been able to answer people's questions and solve their problems, and really with products that actually work for crafting. So you can buy a plastic box from anywhere, but it's probably not going to fit your supplies the way Totally Tiffany products do. Lightweight, visible, all the things that we focus on make us unique, I think, to crafters, which is why people love it. Absolutely. And why the week has gone so well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been a big fan for many, many years, so it's good that we're able to bring this event this whole week. And it's January, so it's a perfect time to get organised. So that means we're going to dive into the first one. However, we do have Lisa is in saying hello from Minnesota. Carlette is in saying hello, everyone. Jessica's saying hello, everybody. Janet is saying hello, Tiffany, Craig, CTV crew, and crafty friends from Michigan. We've got Karen Wells. Sorrel is saying hello from Kentucky. We've also got Barbara saying good afternoon. Miriam's in saying hello, y'all, from South Carolina. Leslie's in from San Diego, California. Coletta's in from Kansas. And we've also got Cindy saying hi, Craig, Tiffany, CCTV crew, crafty friends from Lake Ozarks, Missouri. Love the storage and Tiffany's inspiration. Well, you're going to get another 2 hours of inspiration when it comes to Totally Tiffany. But let's have a look at our first one now, and this is our buddy bag. Now, if you've seen myself and Tiffany the other week, you will know that why have me explain about the uses of them? You know, and I feel as though I could do that well because I love the product, but we've got Tiffany here. So what I will do is I will show you the products, I will tell you what the deal is, and then Tiffany herself will show you the incredible ways and uses that you can actually use the buddy bags and the additional products we've got throughout the show. This first one is a 7-piece buddy bag collection, £40 or $55. You're going to save over 10%, but if you are platinum price, that comes down to £32 or $44. In this one here, one of the things we really want to point out first and foremost is this works out cheaper than if you were to buy them individually. So you could get them individually, but please just think about, yes, the benefit of that reduction you've got as a bundle, and then when you start to see them together, you're like, yeah, I know how I'm going to use them. The other thing as well, and I know Tiffany will go over this, it does say 7-piece. It's actually more than that, because you've got your kind of plastic containers inside that can hold many of the items. That said, let's go in to Barbara. So we've got Barbara here, and what we will find, and once again, I don't need to do this because I know Tiffany's here, but if you know Tiffany, you will know about the design, the structure, about being able to lift them up, about the handle. It is strong. You've got that incredible strength when it comes to the stitching all the way around. That really strong hook and loop. Just to be clear, you don't get the crafty products inside. This is just a little bit of an idea as to how you can use them. But this is what I mean by, for instance, this one, you've got two of your really strong plastic containers inside. They are meant to work all together, but no reason why you couldn't use them individually if you want. We've also then got Terry. Terry, perfect size for your alcohol pens, not necessarily just Spectrum Noir, but again, you can then be holding anything else you want in there. Strong hook and loop with the handle at the top, easy to take out. We've also then got Mirrol. Now Mirrol here, straight away you can see great for my paintbrushes. Doesn't have to be that. Think as well outside the craft room, the kitchen, the he shed, the she shed. It could be the kids room, in the boot of the car. Whatever you want to use them for, you can absolutely do that. Again, really strong hook and loop, and I think that's really key. When Tiffany was saying beforehand about being able to buy, you know, inexpensive storage elsewhere, if you've seen inexpensive hook and loop, you will know it's not good. It just prizes away with absolute ease. It falls apart. That's not what you want. Within this one here, we've got Teresa. Now, straight away, you're thinking, perfect, Craig, for my glitter pots, which it absolutely is, but you've got a multitude of uses that you can be using your Teresa. Then what about Shelley? Shelley, perfect sizes for your gilding waxes, but once again, thinking beyond that, the other things, your containers, your tubs, anything that's that slim line when it comes to Shelley, you'll be able to use them. We've also then got Dawn. Now Dawn here, once again, has got 4 of your plastic inserts inside, but you've got the strength all the way around. And it's something that I certainly, even when I'm on with Tiffany and when I'm not, I always like to just reinforce the feature and the fact that it is strong stitching. When it's the edges, the hook and loop, whether it is the handle as well on the opposite side, you've got that see-through. So if you see it, you use it. That is the thing to go by. And then last but by no means least, you've got Lisa. Lisa holds perfectly your 12 by 12 pads. It could be your loose leaf, of course. It doesn't have to be the 12 by 12. That same feature all around when it comes to the strength, that stability, that see-through. Maybe you are organising said colours in certain colours, you can absolutely do that. But having all 7 of these all together at a price of £40 or $55, that gives you that saving of over 10%. But if you're platinum, that's going to come down to £32 or $44. This one, I think as well, Tiffany, it's just one of those that whether you start to store items together in the surrounding area, well, of course, they're all going to work well, but you might have one of them in the craft room, you might have one in the kitchen, one in the boot in the car. They work well together, but you can separate them all out as well.
You know, Craig, that is one of the keys to the buddy bags, right? That they are a great collection. They're great, all, you know, as you said, together, but you can use them for all kinds of different things. Separate the collection out and use them where you need them most. So, boy, I think you just did a beautiful job, Craig. If I ever have to call in sick, you're going to be my replacement here for the Totally Tiffany. You nailed all really great points
Anytime.
About the buddy bags. They do have the boxes on the inside. So this is actually the Dawn, okay, with the 4 boxes on the inside. And the boxes are the thing that give your bag stability, right? If this was just, if the boxes weren't there, it would just crumple up around itself. So Craig showed some really great uses for things. And I'm going to piggyback on that. So one of the great things to do with your buddy bags is use them as drawer organizers, right? Okay. So you've got all your craft room drawers or your kitchen or your bathroom, cosmetics. All you have to do to use this as a drawer organizer is roll back the lid. So I've got 2 Dawns here. I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to roll back the lid on this and tuck it under. So if I put these in my drawer, I'm not sure how good my camera angle is here. I can set this in the drawer like this. Okay. And then I have access to all of those supplies. But if I'm going to travel, I can just close it up and pull it out of the drawer. So I'm not spending tons of time packing things up and reorganizing things. I'm just going to grab it, close it up, and go.
Yeah.
So think about that drawer space that you have and how these might work as the perfect drawer organizers in your craft room, in your bathroom, that type of place, right? So that's Dawn. She's part of the bundle. Of course, we saw Terry. She is also part of the bundle. I've got a different brand of alcohol markers in here. So you can see these are my Colorista markers. One unique feature about Terry is that you can roll back her lid. There's an extra piece of loop fabric on the back, so you can secure that down, and now you have access to your markers while you're working with them, right? Close it up. And if you're thinking, if you're new to TT, if you're thinking, oh, your markers are standing vertically, my manufacturer suggests I store them flat. One of the great things about buddy bags is that if you turn the buddy bag on its side and store it this way or store it this way, now your markers are stored flat. So when I was talking earlier, Craig, about why people love us and why we're different, it's because we think about all of those pieces as we're designing products. So this is the Barbara buddy bag. She's designed for those of you who use Close to My Heart ink pads. These are the magnetic Close to My Heart ink pads, right? She'll hold 10 of them, which is a family of ink, I believe, with Close to My Heart. Again, standing vertically while you're accessing them, store them flat if you need to store your ink pads flat. So that, again, that really craft-centric design for all of those things. Okay, so we've got Terry, Dawn, and Barbara. Lisa, which you showed, Craig, the 12 by 12 buddy bag. Now, Lisa is also going to work with the paper storage box dividers. I'm going to pull this up. So the SKU on these is A06. I think they're coming up later in the show. They're definitely on sale today. So if you want to divide that up, that's a great add to your Lisa. As Craig mentioned, great for paper and paper pads, but also a good project pack, right? So if you're working on a specific project, you want to keep all those pieces together, the Lisa Buddy Bag is a great way to do that. So a lot of times we get started on a project and then we can't finish it. This is a perfect place to put everything. So when you're ready to work on that project again, you can just pull it out and know that you have everything you need right there in that bag.
Brilliant.
Okay, so Teresa, let's see, you showed Teresa one way, I'm going to show her another. So re-inkers here, glitter glues, baker's twine, also a perfect fit for the Teresa Buddy Bag. Shelly's another little girl. Let's see if I find something a little different than what you've got. Oh, look at this. This is a lot different, right? So you were talking, Craig, about getting out of the craft room. So this actually belongs in my golf bag right here. Golf balls and tees, really easy way to keep those organized. And I can hang it from a clip on the outside of my bag while I'm playing, so it's easy to get to. I don't have to dig around in my bag. This is also Shelly, though. So Memento inks and the little square ink pads all fit in there really, really nicely. So you're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 Memento inks. But you're going to get 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24 of the small square ink pads. So if you're looking for ink pad storage, Shelly is a great option for that. Okay, my girl Merle. Where are you, Merle? The girl Merle. So Merle is similar to our Edna, but she's got the ear flaps on the end, right? So perfect for ribbon. She's going to be great for storing all kinds of other things because you can close her up at the end. As Craig showed, he had paint brushes in the bag. Well, that little ear flap, when you put it your Merle bag into your tote, is going to keep those paintbrushes right in there where they belong. So one of the other kind of cool things about buddy bags is that they can be put into your tote vertically, right? So think about, you've got that tote sitting next to you on the floor. Instead of having to dig down to the bottom because things are stacked on top of each other, you can put your buddy bags in vertically, and then you can pull them out vertically. So one at a time, in and out. It makes it really, really simple to get those organized. So, but I would say you've got some of our top buddy bags here, Craig. They're really going to work for a variety of things. And especially if you're new, this is a great assortment of buddy bags to get with.
Really is. Such a great selection. brilliant selection when it comes to that buddy bag. Don't forget, you're getting them all £40 or $55. That's giving you that saving of over 10%. But if you are platinum, that's going to come down even more to £32 or $44. This show tonight, the masterclass with all things Totally Tiffany, getting into our organisation event. It is available for everyone, whereas last night the show was all about the USA warehouse clearance. However, the one tonight is all it's open for all, so you can shop across on the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. But don't forget, you can also shop across on Tiffany's site as well, where you're going to get the same benefits as well. We have got Cindy's in. Actually, I read out Cindy's. It was Leslie that had said, Tiffany, I am an addict for your buddy bags. That seems to be a reoccurring theme that I'm seeing from a lot of people are saying the same thing. Patricia is saying, hello from snowy New Hampshire, USA. Happy crafting, everyone. Well, happy crafting to you. Stay safe, because I know that you guys stateside, depending where you are, can get some, horrendous snowstorms. So if you are in that area, stay safe. Jean Marie Penny is saying, absolutely love Totally Tiffany products. I've got so many, and I'm redoing my craft room, so I've just had more delivered. No problem not knowing what you've got, where, because you see them. And that's the key thing as well, that, you know, that Tiffany explains when she's on, and it's about that see-through. And as I said, if you see it, you use it. If you don't see it, you forget about it, you never use it, and you've spent all your money, and what's the point? It just goes to waste, so it's a good way to store it. We've got a few questions, so what I'll do is just shortly in the show, I'll kind of fire them across to Tiffany all in a oneer. But we've also got Rosalind is saying, they make the best drawer organisers. My medicines was just in a drawer in the bathroom. I wasn't able to separate everything or you were able to separate everything, where I can see it and pull it out. What another great use to actually be using some of your buddy bags, or of course, just some of your storage items when it comes to Totally Tiffany. Now this one that we've got here, this is one of those items where being able to match here in the UK, the same deal for you guys stateside. Now this one here is the Hang and Hole Organiser Collection. Now £34.99, that is your half price. For Platinum, it is £27.99. I believe this is for the USA as well. Is it details on the USA website? Yeah, so. Rightio, yeah, so it is there for you guys stateside. It's just because it was in the USA warehouse clearance, we've got different graphics for them, but it is available for the UK. The same benefits as well and discount for the US of A. You know your website, you go to it, you're going to find it there. As I say, £34.99, it is a half price, and for Platinum, £27.99. Now, once again, you don't get the contents like your crafty items, but this here, Hang and Hole Organiser Collection. This for me is ingenious. Now I know you can't quite see it, but you've got your twist turns underneath. Now they literally grasp on to the smallest edge that you can find. It's got a lot of depth scope, so if you do have your thicker worktop edge, maybe you've got a shallower one, maybe it's not quite as far out, maybe it's quite far in, it's going to hook on, and the strength of this is phenomenal. Now you're going to get the baskets as well. Now when it comes to these, if I take the baskets off so you can kind of get an idea, and I'll explain what I've put in these and why. So this is the bar. Now this itself is what actually hooks onto, and there you go, you've got the pressure turns that you can see down at the bottom. Then when it comes to these clip on. So they're just going to clip on. I'm going to put that one there, but you can dictate where you want them to go. So if you want it to be further along and then have this one in to place, you absolutely can do. So that one there that I'm doing, it's got the 3 glass on them. What I want to say as well is you can buy the packets or the pockets individually as well. So if you wanted a few more, for instance, and maybe hook that one onto the front there, you can absolutely do that. But when it comes to this one here, a few ideas. I've used one for our paint brushes as well as our flower forming tool. I've put some of our actual tape runners, our ink pads as well. You've got additional little see-through storage just along at the bottom here. But then when it comes to this one at the side here, I've put my Gemini plates in that you can see. They sit nicely. They're to be seen, so you know that you've got them to hand at the side of you. And then this one as well. I don't know about you, How many times have you gone to do some watercolouring and you've knocked over your cup of water? This one here is just a standard coffee cup, and what I've done, it does have a little bit of water in there, hence why I'm being careful, but it holds it nicely. So you know that even if you were to knock it, it's not going to fall over like it would do on your craft desk and spill everything. That, of course, is optional. You can pop whatever you like in there. They do come, of course, empty, but then you can decide what you want, where you want. Do you want extras? They are available as extras if you so wish, but you're going to be getting that hang and hold organizer collection, half price both here in the UK and the US of A. Your details stateside, you just need to go onto Tiffany's website or our .com website. Here in the UK, $34.99, or of course Platinum is $27.99. For you guys stateside, all you just need to do is just click on that USA warehouse banner on the website. It's still going to be within that section as well. Tiffany, this for me, it really is an ingenious idea. Yes, the uses for it, where you can actually attach it, but then the different combinations and figurations that you can actually decide yourself. And if you're not happy, or you've changed your craft room around, or your kitchen work desk, you just change them in the direction or the form that suits your location as to where you're crafting.
You know, the hang and hold is so versatile. I wish I had one here that you could see. I don't have a good camera for it, but you're absolutely right, Craig. You can configure it to be exactly what you want. I mean, and think about it again, we're talking about getting outside of the craft room, right? Think about using it in your office space, or if you have kids and they need a little workspace. One of the coolest things about the hang and hold is that it takes all of those things off your desktop. So if you have a small workspace and then you add the hang and hold, now you can put all those little bits and pieces that are on your desk into the hang and hold, including your water glass or water bottle, or whatever your beverage of choice is, into that little holder. And now you've freed up all that workspace. So it really makes things quite versatile. You can use it in the kitchen if you're working on a project in the kitchen. Clip it to the counter. You've got that open bar, so if you're hanging a kitchen towel on there. My husband has one that he is in his closet, and he just found these little plastic hooks and added them, and he's got all his pants, all his golf pants, hanging from that bar. So once you get it home and start working with it, you're going to love it, and all the different little things that you can do with it, and mix and match with things that you already have in your home. So it's one of my favorite things. Like, I don't have one on this desk that you can see, but I have one on my mobile work table, and I have one on my tall work table on the other side of my studio here. So they're kind of everywhere because they're so functional. They just make things work better.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And it's actually one that I don't have, Tiffany. So when Nicola and Charlotte in the gallery, when Nicola told me earlier on that here in the UK, we were able to match that deal that you guys stateside have in that USA warehouse clearance, that's me now thinking, excellent. I actually said to Nick, we put my mic on mute, and I actually said to Nicola, will we have enough for the end of the show, by the end of the show, for me to order afterwards? So that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. Just before we go on to the next item, Tiffany, there's one specific question a lot of people are asking, and that is, what bag holds the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers?
The Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers fit in a variety of different bags. So there's the Sarah, right? So the Sarah Buddy bag is going to hold tri-blends. There is the Terry, also holds tri-blends, right? You can see there's a couple of them popped up in the top there. So the Terry, and then I think we're going to get to, there it is. No, that's not the one. Oh, the 6x6. Shoot, I had one that was loaded up. I may have changed. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, found it. Oh,
here it is. Okay, so this is the 6x6 paper taker, and that is also going to hold your tri-blend, your aqua blend are going to fit in there as well. So we do have a variety of those. So depending on how you store things, where you store things, how you carry them around, what little spot you've got for them, I would say any one of those three buddy bags, or, well, this is the paper taker, but are all great options for organizing and storing and transporting your Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers.
Excellent, brilliant. Thank you for that one. It was just that one specifically. There was quite a few just asking for that little bit of a help, so I thought we'll ask that one. And then just shortly, there is just a couple more, but I'll ask them just shortly because really want to show you this one as well. And this is the project organisation perfection with a 12 by 12 paper pad. Now, I'm going to show you the paper pad first because technically it's working out, you're getting it for free. And this is one of our Crafters Companion paper pads, and it is the Garden Gnome. So it's double-sided. You've got scenes there. So if you do love to do your scrapbooking, if you do like to do your scene building, then that is included when it comes to the scenes at the back. But just so you can see, double-sided pattern papers, 36 sheets, and you're getting it for free. Now, I know the main thing so many of you will be looking at is the fact it is the project organisation. So it is 12 by 12, and we've got card and paper in here to give you a little bit of an idea of the pockets. Now, the size of it, just to say as well, it is beyond 12 by 12, but you've actually got all of these pockets inside. Now, these pieces of pattern paper, they actually reference the size of what you can pop inside. These ones here, exactly as well as it says, think about this as your project organisation. Maybe you're starting to build, to create that memory book. Maybe you have been on a holiday and you've collected the ticket stumps and then maybe the leaflets, and maybe you've been at a restaurant and you're wanting to actually keep a hold of the receipts. Then great way to actually hold it all together. And I'm just double checking my ear if that is correct. So what it is you're getting two of these, and you're getting the paper pad. So the paper pad is what works out for free, but it is actually two of these project organisation perfection 12 by 12 paper pad. $33.98 or $2.48. That gives you a saving of over 30%. But if you're platinum, that's going to come down to $27.18 or $33.98, both across on our website as well as Tiffany's. And Tiffany, to say the project organisation, that kind of puts it lightly because really is so many other ways in which you can use them.
There are so many ways to use them. So you can see this is just kind of a library of them, right? So this first one here is my son's. It's his graduation book. So this is all of his school things and all of the college. You can see the graduation cards and the invitations and photos and his diploma. Even in this big back pocket, Craig, I have got his graduation cap, gown, and tassel. Right. So it's a great way to store and save mementos when he gets old enough that that's going to be important to him, or maybe his wife is going to be able to hand that over, but everything is there. It's really simple. So this one is loaded with projects. I'll go and open this up and we'll kind of take a peek at some of the different projects. So this is a whole card making kit, right? This might be familiar to lots of you. It's Crafter's Companion Kit. Here I've got all the things for making this little chipboard album. And I just to show you how much stuff fits in the pockets. I mean, I have got twine and flowers and these blingy things and even washi tape. So it doesn't have to be just flat items. You really can store things, get your projects organized, and keep everything together that you're going to use together. I'm going to pop one of these pages out too, because the back pocket is quite large, right? It's actually 12 by 12, but as we know, lots of paper is larger than 12 by 12. So don't miss out that between the back and front, you have another 12.5 by 12.5 pocket in the center. So if you're looking to store larger things, your 12 by 12 papers and that type of thing, don't miss out that you do have that extra pocket. Each page that is going to give you 5 pockets, 3 on the front, the big one in the back, and then the center one. And you are getting 3 pages inside of each of the binders, right? So the same thing that you were mentioning, mementos, right? These are from a variety of trips. This is mementos for a trip. Everything's together in one place. Yeah. So when I'm actually a scrapbook, I can do that. So you are right on the mark. But you know, people should think these are also great ways to organize. Susie's daughter is a wedding planner.
Okay.
It's a great way to keep all of the things from a wedding plan that you're bringing together, pictures of dresses and things that you print off Pinterest and all the things that you collect while you're planning, your calendar, your notes, all in one place. If you're remodeling a home or building a home, you brought all the little samples, carpets and paint and all the floor plans and all those kind of things. So not only craft projects, I guess this is a recurring theme with us today, isn't it, Craig? Where else are you going to be able to use these wonderful products? So any kind of project that you're working on, you're going to love the Project Planner Memento Keeper for keeping everything together. It's just very simple.
It is, it really is. And actually, just briefly carrying on what you said, it's kind of like a 2023 version of a mood board. You know, if you are redecorating or organising a wedding or a party, you know, usually, of course, mood board, you do a big board or that, but then starting to use it in conjunction with the project organisation. Nice way to do that. You are getting the two of them. So Tiffany was showing you just some of the different ways. Two of the actual project organisation folders, and completely free, you're going to be getting the 12 by 12 Garden Gnomes paper pad, 36 sheets, 180 GSM, all double-sided. So you're going to get two of these and the paper pad, $33.98 or $42.48, gives you a saving of over 30%, and then Platinum comes down to $27.18 or $33.98. Right, we have got Eve B saying, absolutely love the Totally Tiffany storage. Bought some different things, this time from the USA warehouse sale. I love the free shipping. Yeah, please keep in mind, as you can still shop in the USA warehouse clearance from yesterday with Ben and Tiffany. You will get your free shipping as long as it's $50 or more, and all the items in that one transaction has to be from the USA warehouse clearance. The other thing that you can do is when you're on the website, is just have a look at the items, Totally Tiffany items with the orange sticker. That means that they will then work in conjunction with your free shipping. We've got Barbara saying, I use one of the hanging holes in my kitchen on my prep table. Great idea. That really is a great idea. We've got many of you been telling me what your favourite bag was or is. Fred171 is saying Lisa is my favourite. Mary Reno is saying, no, that's a tough one. I do love the craft desk organiser. I can jam quite a bit in those. Silva's saying, I love the Leanne for Illustrator and Aqua pens. That would be a cracking one, wouldn't it? That would. Betty Weaver saying, I'm just starting on my Totally Tiffany journey, but loving the Karens I got during birthday celebrations. Well, I can tell you, Betty, you will, in my opinion, and many will say the same, you will not find any better storage items, not just for the craft room, but in general, than when it comes to Totally Tiffany, and that is from me that's saying that. Mary Reno is also saying, one of my cats is a huge fan of Crafters TV. She always sits in front of me when I'm watching. She is very engrossed in the show right now. Well, she's probably thinking, I wonder where all my cat treats are going to be stored. Maybe she's going to be getting one of these buddy bags and I'm going to be able to find the cat treats. You never know. She might do. You might do. We've then got Rosalind is saying, Sarah, Terry, Deborah have been the most versatile for me. That's a good point as well, as although all of them, or so many of them, will have a feature throughout your house, your craft room, your kitchen, wherever it is you choose to use them, there'll be different ones that are going to suit different one of you at home. Now, the Deborah might not necessarily suit, Mary, but then you might have the Karen that won't necessarily suit. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have a place for all of them. There's going to be some that are going to suit your needs most. You've got Jessica saying, I use Sue for my ink pads. We've also got Sarah for my new tricolours. Great idea. Really good idea for that one. I think a lot of people use them for their tricolours, actually. And Rosalind is saying, I have my extra nail polishes and lipstick in Terry and Deborah. That was a close one for a Friday night. Whew. So that one there that we just seen was the project organiser perfection. What about, you're saying, Craig, that's all great, but I'm limited in space. What I want is on-desk storage. So on craft desk, on kitchen unit, on dining table, living room table. I want a storage workstation where I can have all my key items that I use quite often. Well, we've got you covered with this one. So we've got 2 colour options. Now, I'm going to show you the black, which is flat packed. What I will do is I will show you the other option of the turquoise, which we've given you some ideas as to what you could pop in there. And this is your craft and carry workstation, being the black one, $23.99 or $27.99. That gives you a saving of 20%. But if you are platinum, that's going to come down to $19.19 or $22.39. Now, the exact same price and detail for your turquoise. You know me by now, you know my favourite colour is turquoise and mint and teal. Adore this colour. Now, we've popped these crafty items in here to give you a little bit of an idea as to what you can put in here. Now, straight at the back here, we've got ample space for, we've got 2 12 by 12 pads. You would easily get 3, another 4 in there, or anything on that larger scale, A4 plates maybe, is your deeper pockets, and you've got your slimline pocket right at the back for additional items. Your storage, as you work further, it gets shallower and shallower, so your smaller, thinner items can go at the front. It is what appears to be one great big long length, and it can be. You can change it if you want. You've got Velcro hook and loop dividers, so if you want one pocket and one pocket there, you can. It could be all one. You might want 3 separates. That's up to you. You've then got your netting spring pockets at the side. You've even got these deep pockets down here, maybe a ruler, your paint brushes. You've got that clear see-through along the front. More at the side as well. It's nice, it's compact. You're going to be able to pop your daily or hourly usable crafty elements that you use all the time in front of you. And then the good thing that I find with this as well is you're packed up, you know, you're ready to make the tea, you're ready to dish it out for the family. All you need to do, lift it up, move it out the way, and then straight away, when you're ready to bring it back. You're not having to go into individual drawers to bring it all together. You could probably say I've chatted way longer than I should have. That probably you can tell how much I do love this satchel workstation. But Tiffany, it's another great one where exactly that. It is your workstation. It's got your main items. You can have whatever you want, but main key items that you work with straight in front of you, ease to move.
You know, it is a great organizer desktop for all of your things, but it also works really, really well for organizing a specific project. So I don't know that you can see my desktop. Susie, can you try to push my camera down just a little bit and see if that makes a difference? So as you're working on your space, as you're working on your project, you take all of these things out and they get covered up, right? You can barely even see my project under everything. And that is where the workstation is really going to shine for you. So first of all, I have my pop-up trash can. Those are coming up later on the show that I store in the back. So when I'm crafting, I can pop that up and drop it on the floor next to me, and then I can throw all my scraps and garbage in there as I'm working. But you saw this big messy desk with all of these things, right? Literally, you're doing the tap. Where are my scissors? Where is my ruler? Well, with the craft and carry workstation, you're able to take all of those basic tools and supplies, even the scraps of paper that you've cut, right? Anything that you pulled out to work with, as you're on your project is going to have a home right there. So now instead of digging and searching, looking for things, you can take those special things that you pulled out for a particular project and you start loading them into each of the individual sections on your workspace. You do have these little clear pockets on the front, so your smaller things can go in there. Oftentimes, if I'm doing something where I'm using small dies, I find that these are the perfect little pockets to slide those dies into, right? So that they don't get lost when I'm working. But even things like these are beads and bling and all these little tags that I pulled out. Paper, you know, that I've already cut. So, you know, when you're working on a particular project, you want to even keep those scraps of paper with you so that you can use them up by the end of the project. You know what you're done with and what you can discard when you're finished. But all the little embellishment things that I've pulled out, buttons and bling, and now you can see how quickly oh look, a photo that's supposed to be on my layout, buried. So now I've uncovered, look, even these last little bits here, I've uncovered all the things that I pulled out to use. I've got my big tools that'll fit in there, all my scraps. So now as I'm working, I can literally, Craig, work out of my craft and carry workstation, and my entire workspace in front of me can be used for actually working on my project. So that makes it super easy. And then as you mentioned, if I have to pack up this project and move it off the table, I'm not putting all the little bits and pieces, gathering them up. I'm just gonna pick that up, move it out of the way, do whatever I need to do on the table, and then when I'm ready to craft again, I'm just gonna bring it back. Everything that I have for that project is right there. I know lots of you also have the Lois tote or the Cindy tote. So if you grab your craft and carry workstation by this center piece right here, you can pick it up and put it into your Cindy tote or into your Lois tote. So that makes it easy to transport that as well. So all of your things are going to be together for that particular project. You're not going to be tapping around trying to find your ruler or your scissors underneath. Your workspace becomes your actual available workspace to do your crafting. So it's ideal for that. As you mentioned also, Craig, it's great just to have on your workspace. You have a little nook in your kitchen where you pay your bills and do that, handle your mail. It's a great accessory there. Your pens, markers, notepads, coupons in here, coupon clipper, where the bills come in, how they go out, stamps, envelopes, all the things are going to fit in there, but it's so small, so contained. You're only talking 7 inches of depth, but you can get so many things in there, right? Paper clips and tape. It's kind of like a mini office, right? All together in one spot. So it makes it so easy to see things and use them, but you can also move it out of the way really easily as well, Craig. It's just, it's a great thing to have anywhere in your house.
Yeah, and you know, the colour, we've got the black as well, but I love that idea, as you said, you know, if you've got the kitchen and, you know, you've got the bills, you've got the envelopes, all those sort of things, and you like to have them out so you remember to actually action them, but instead of it just being in a little wooden or plastic container or something, you've got something really bright and happy and cheery. But then if you've got, you know, maybe friends coming round for dinner, use that aspect of just lifting it up, put it in the cupboard, and then you can bring it out afterwards so that they're never going to see it. So I think this is why as well it has been such a busy item when it comes to the craft and carry workstation. You've got the 2 options. So you do have the black, so it's exactly as Tiffany was just showing a moment ago. It's just in the black form, or you can go for the turquoise. So this is a different idea as to how Tiffany had used her one that you can see here. So $23.99 or $27.99. That gives you a saving of 20%, but if you are platinum, it's going to come down to $19.19 or $22.39. All of these across the board are across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, but equally they're also available across on Tiffany's as well. So if you like to shop across on Tiffany's, maybe you are a Tiffany customer and you know you're one that just loves to always shop on her website, then you can absolutely do that, no problem whatsoever. So that was your workstation. What we're going to do now is we're going to be having a look at some 5x7. This one is our fab file. This is going to be your fab file combo. So we're going to be having a look. We've now got the card maker. Oh, we've got a sellout already. So details on the screen is, I believe, is a sold out. So what we can do then is we're just going to get on to the next item. But Carrie is saying, I got a craft and carry for Christmas. Didn't know how much I needed it. Keeps me organised. What I would actually say as well, if you're watching live, hang fire for round about. If you need to go and do something, wait for about 15 minutes or so, because there's going to be something you're not wanting to miss. Tiffany kind of alluded to it just not that long ago. So stay, hang fire for a moment. We've got Kim is saying, I have 2 of these on the end of my craft table. One has general card making supplies and the other has stamping supplies. Good thinking. Deborah's saying, I love my craft and carry, even store my CC stamping platform in it, along with my other tools too. Great idea. We've also got Mary Reno saying, this is the one I have several of, I just love it. And then we've got Ronnie saying, I have 2 of these workstations. These are fabulous. Actually, do you know something? A lot of you, when it comes to the workstations, are saying that you've got a couple of them. So it goes to show. Let me know as well, if you have got a couple of them, did you get 2 together or did you get 1 and then you realise how useful, how beneficial it is and you thought, I need to go and get another one? Let me know. Keep letting me know what your favourite buddy bags or storage bags are from Tiffany. But yeah, let me know that as well. That'll be interesting to see. But we're going to have a look at 5x7 fab files. Now this is going to be the medium one, $6.99 or $8.99. It is part of a 3 for 2. When it comes to this one here, this is also a platinum price of $5.59 or $7.19. Now this is going to be a perfect one for your cards and your card blanks, even your envelopes. We refer to envelopes beforehand. But what you've also got is 6 of the reusable file folders. They're also included. So maybe you are going to be thinking about storing your stamps. Maybe you're going to be storing some of your dies. Maybe it's going to be your scraps. Maybe it's going to be photos. Whatever it is that you're going to be storing in them. They are the 5x7 in size. It is a medium. However, it is going to be that exceptional price of $6.99 or $8.99. It is part of a 3 for 2. If you are platinum, it's going to come down to £5.59 or $7.19. And I can see from the screen at the side of me that Tiffany's got a few of hers ready to show.
I do. Okay, so this is what you're getting. You're getting the box. Now, one thing I want to tell you, if you're new to Fab Files, they all have these same sort of features. They have a label pocket on the side and a label pocket on the top, and they have this little pull-out handle also on the side. So one of the things that I kind of focus on is what I call the one-hand grab, right? I want to be able to grab that product and bring it right out with just one hand, because you know we've always got another hand that's covered in glue or holding a paintbrush or whatever it is. So it makes it easy to grab that one box that you need. They also have the locking tab on the front. And the locking tab on the front keeps everything from falling out. So if you drop this or if you throw it into your tote upside down, you don't have to worry about anything coming out. And that's standard for all the Fab Files that you're going to see today with the lid. What you're getting in terms of the reusable file folders. So you've got an insert pocket on the front. So if you're using them for photos and mementos, you have this little note card where you can write about what is in that pocket. And then again, they are reusable. So you can put your label stickers on here, or you can label with a Sharpie and clean it off with rubbing alcohol, but you're getting 6 of them. Now I know a common question that I get with these is, can I buy more of those file folders? We don't sell them separately because the max you can fit in one box is 6, so there's no extra room. Okay, so these are a bunch of mementos and photos and postcards from a trip that I took with my kids. So as you were saying, Craig, it's a great way to store those types of things. So I wrote the notes on the front, and then when I open this up, you can see I have my kids' 2 little journals in there. And then I've got all the photos and some postcards from the trip. So everything's organized and ready to go. If I'm going to scrap this particular part of the trip, this is some pictures and mementos from Italy. I'm going to be able to pull that out and work with just that file folder. If I don't finish, I can slide it back in there and get to it next time just as easily. So you're going to get the file folders. That doesn't mean you have to use the file folder. So this is the same box, right? You could use the file folder somewhere else. And I have got my Gemini Mini in there. You can see through with the instructions, with the, I think I need to replace my things, huh? They're looking a little beat up. But all my little platforms, the folders, they're all in there. And again, if I'm going to travel with it, I'm going to pull it off the shelf. It's ready to go. It's going to go into my tote. And it's going to go right back on the shelf when I get home. Super simple and a great way to organize not only flat things, but also maybe some of the tools that you use all the time and are looking for a way to sort of contain all the bits and pieces, Craig. So it's a great solution for any of those things in this 5x7 size.
Brilliant, really is brilliant. I was reading a comment there, and it's from Patricia, and I thought, actually, I'm going to read this out just now because Patricia is saying, ordered my very first Totally Tiffany product, the Cindy bag, last month on the super limited special. Was so amazed by the quality, the durability, and how much it can hold. Ordered lots more yesterday and more today. So if you are new to us, if you are new to Tiffany, if you are new to crafting, that is what you're saying at home. That was Patricia just saying. She bought it for the first time and she's gone and bought more because she's seen the incredible quality. We are going to have a look at another item now. I just want to say as well, I haven't forgotten about those couple of questions. I'm going to wait until after we've got something just come in about 10 minutes or so. I'll do the questions just afterwards. But we have got now our 8-piece. This is your vinyl roll organizer set that we're going to be showing you just now. Now this one, $9.99, or for you guys stateside, $14.99. Now bear with me for a second because I can see it at the side just here. I'm presuming it's this one because we've got our 8 rolls of vinyl within this one. So I thought that must be it. So this one here, now once again, you don't get the contents, but this is giving you a good indication as what you can store inside them. Now here, they are perfect for your large vinyl rolls, but you know by now, you can be storing so much more. This is going to be great for me because I just purchased my Cricut Joy the other week there. So even though the rolls are smaller, that would still work in there, no problem at all. But you're going to get your actual organizer set, $9.99, $14.99, also part of the 3 for 2, $7.99 Platinum, or $11.99. And then this one, Tiffany, I'm already thinking my adhesive tins, my spray and sparkles, certain of my water-based tool items, these are all going to fit in here, as well as the vinyl rolls if you choose to use them in those ways.
You are absolutely right. So the vinyl roll, the tray, this piece of it, so you're getting eight pieces in the set. One of the pieces is the tray that's holding the vinyl, and it is 13 inches deep. So it's going to fit a large variety of things. It's about 1.5 inches wide, 1.75 inches. So any of your tall, skinny bottles are going to fit in there with no problem. But also tall, like 12 by 12 papers are going to fit in there. And you mentioned earlier about cutting plates, right? Gemini, or your stamp platforms, those type of things, they're all going to fit, and that's going to take your supplies vertical on the shelf, which makes it so easy to pull them off the shelf and use them. So in this kit, you are getting one of the trays, you are getting one of the scrap pockets. So as you use your vinyl or maybe your paper or other things that you're storing in here, maybe it's rolls of foil, you're gonna have those smaller scraps. And so this pocket comes with it. So you've got 2 different sizes, easy way to store the scraps that match the vinyl, and then it's just going to drop into the box. So everything, you know, I'm a huge proponent of keep things together, you use together, and that means have those scraps right there with that vinyl, right? Vinyl's expensive, so you want to make sure that you keep all the useful scraps that you've got. And then you are getting 7 of these crazy little things, right? They're going to arrive to you like flat. What is that? This is the vinyl roll sleeve. And this is the thing that's going to keep your vinyl rolled up nice and neat, no tape, no rubber bands, no torn edges, nothing unrolling anywhere. So once you open up that vinyl, you're just going to roll it back up and you're going to slide it into that vinyl roll sleeve. And that we've left 1 inch at the top, right? So if we had gone all the way to the top, it'd be difficult for you to get the vinyl out. We've got this inch so you can grab it really easily, slide it back down in there, and then when you pop it back into your vinyl roll tray, everything stays nice and neat. Things aren't coming unwound on each other. I'm going to tell you something crazy about this. Okay. I knew I wanted to do something like this when I came up with this. And the biggest problem is that when you put something around a roll, if it has any bump to it, it's going to not allow things to slide in and out smoothly, right? Thought, how am I going to do that? This is literally a middle of the night, sit up in bed and go, oh, I figured it out. And so creating these flat sleeves, almost no bump whatsoever where they're molded together, and then they just work perfect so you can slide things in and out nice and neat and easy. In fact, anything that you want to keep rolled up, Craig, maybe you have Teflon mats that you work with, right? That you keep rolled up. Anything like that, you can use this sleeve to keep that thing rolled up nice and neat. I will give you one little tip on doing it that way. I've got some over here. Let me pull this one out and see if this one's marked. Where's my Teflon mat? I wrote my name. I take this to craft class. I wrote my name on it for two reasons. One, it's a craft class, and I want, if anybody finds it, I want it's mine, give back to me. But because they're clear, if I set it down somewhere, it kind of disappears, right? So I also took the Cricut label and put it on this so I would know what kind of vinyl I've got. So a couple of little tips there. One of the reasons to watch Masterclass, right? What are the little tips that are going to make things function better? So there's your little tips on the vinyl roll sleeves. But this, if you're using vinyl or anything that you want to keep rolled up neat and tidy, this is a perfect tool. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them on my shelf. And I guess, let me just pull another one while we're chatting here. Okay. So this is foil, right? So I've got, and there are big flat pieces that go with the foil and also the rolls of foil and the shorter foil. And they're all in here, really easy, super easy to access. I keep my foil quill pens. So this, I just took the tube and cut it in half and I made a bottom on it, right? I just gave it kind of that gift card box fold. And so my foil quills will fit right in here. They're over on my Cricut cart right now, but they'll fit in here. So I've got the cords and everything, and they'll just slide in there, and everything stays, again, nice and neat and tidy. So put your creative hat on, and you can take a look at, you can think of all the different things, right? I am, in fact, a planner junkie, right? I've got all of these little journals here and planners that I love to work with. So this entire box, kind of to your point, again, Craig, is loaded up with all those journals, planners, notebooks that I'm keeping track of things in. So as you said, and like with most things, really easy to actually put them to use for a variety of different things. But I want you all to notice, if you're new to Totally Tiffany, I am literally making a mess on my desktop and cleaning it up really quickly and just putting things right back on the shelf where they belong. And this is a studio. This is a functioning workspace. Your workspace can be as easy to access your tools and supplies as mine is. I mean, literally the one-handed grab and go. That's my mantra. Put it away. Super simple. Super simple.
It is. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that one there. When I just seen it was vinyl there, and I thought, oh, that's going to be handy for me. You didn't see that. Everything showed a moment ago from Tiffany. That one is your 8-piece vinyl roll organizer set. We've also got Leslie is saying, really good idea for when it comes to these ones. What about the annoying, frustrating birthday wrapping paper or Christmas wrapping paper in the tubes? What a great way to just hold them together. Really is a really good way. Love that set as well. Love everything, not surprised, and I know you are as well. So much so that we've got lots of you that have got many, many items in your basket. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to let you have a moment or two, yes, to check out your baskets, but then maybe we have talked about Club Inspire, Platinum Price, and you're like, I wonder what that is all about. Well, here's the boss to tell you more. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Here we go. I did say you want to stay tuned. We've just gone past 7 o'clock here in the UK. So for half an hour, we have got an exceptional deal. This whole 2 hours is still all about Totally Tiffany, and that is what this next deal is. So you're going to have to get in quick, because once that half hour is gone, the deal has gone. This is your triangle traveller. Now you've got a choice of purple, turquoise, black or pink. In this half an hour, each of these £16.24 or $19.49 gives you a saving, whopping saving of 35%. $12.99 if you're platinum, $15.59 for you guys stateside that are platinum. Now, do you know what? I will show you the inside. I'm not going to explain it. It is a time-limited offer. So what I'm going to do is give you the initial look as to how it looks, but we're going to jump straight across to Tiffany because I know that these have unique features when it comes to this triangle traveller, and this one, Tiffany, at that price, that is phenomenal.
It is, and these are so great for crafting, but they're also great for cosmetics, my friends. If you like to travel, I'll take you through it. I'm going to tell you a little story at the end about my traveling with some girlfriends. So when you get it, it's going to look like this, right? Not a lot going on there. You're going to flip that cable to the back, open it up, and you are going to find inside 1, 2, 3 little pouches with the hook and loop, the hook side on the bottom. And then inside, I'm going to pull that cord back so I can open it all the way up. There are 4 little pockets in the back, and there's a full sheet of loop fabric on the bottom. So as you fill these small, medium, large pockets, you're going to be able to stick them down anywhere on that base that they fit. So some will be thicker, some will be thinner. It's going to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to show you some loaded up because it's more exciting.
Yeah.
Also going to give you a tip. When you travel with your triangle traveler, you're pulling everything forward into that triangle shape, right? So when you get where you're going, or when you open it on your workspace, you are gonna use this toggle to release the cord, and that's gonna relax the back to whatever distance back you need. It'll be different for different products that are in there. And then you can see all my pouches are leaning forward because they were forced into that triangle. So to make them more easily accessible, peel them off and reverse how they're in the bag, and then they're gonna lean back instead of lean forward.
Oh, God, yeah.
So here's my little story. I took this with me. I did a little golf trip with girlfriends, and I brought this out of my suitcase. I set it on the bathroom counter, opened it up, unzipped the pockets, and now all of my things are accessible. I can take my long pencils and I can pop those into the back, or if I have cosmetic brushes, I can pop those into the pockets in the back. So now everything I need when I'm traveling with cosmetics, and this could be the same, I'm going to show you, for crafting supplies, for stamp brushes, for all of paint brushes, all of those things, but it's all open and it's all accessible. I'm not making a mess all over the counter or all over my workspace. I'm able to get those long skinny things in and out of the back, super easy. Oh my gosh, it's such a great little tool for all kinds of things. So this one, loaded up with stamping supplies, right? So I've got stamp blocks, I've got scissors, I've got a bone folder, a couple of different bone folders, some files, I've got my brushes in here as well, my blending brushes, I've got spray bottles in the back, but you can see everything is visual, it's clear, accessible, and again, I've got those tall pockets in the back where I can put the tall, thin things that I might be using. So our theme today, Craig, has kind of been, what else can I do with my Totally Tiffany supplies? For those of you who have children or grandchildren, and you travel with them in the car, or you go to a restaurant or something like that with them, this is the perfect little pouch system for putting toys, games, little entertainment things for kids. So if you're going into a restaurant, you could just take one pouch. I think this one has like a Lego set in it, right? You can just take one pouch in. The child has something to keep them entertained while they're in the restaurant. Close it up, you get back, put it back in the car, close that up, and now you've got just your little entertainment kit for kids or grandkids, all nice and neat and tidy. And you know, kids love things like this anyway, little things that they can hang on to. So, more craft supplies here, right? So this is what I'm calling my color kit, right? I've got my pearls here, I've got Nuvo drops here, I've got sprays in the back, right? I could have all my brushes that go with everything, whoops, right there in the back as well. This one is all loaded up with markers. One of the things I love about this for markers is, first of all, you're storing them flat as you go, but you're gonna pick out a few markers, especially if you're doing coloring or a stamp project, that you are just gonna use those few colors 3-4 times. Well, you absolutely know this, Craig. You're gonna use those colors for that whole project. Well, you want to separate them out from the rest of your markers and have them accessible so that you don't have to remember, oh, which red color was that? Which pink color was that? Well, this way you can just, and it'll work. I have a different kind of alcohol marker here, but it'll work for most markers. Probably not tri-blends. I grabbed one, I was gonna try it out. Tri-blends are a little bit long, but anything else is gonna fit in there. And then again, as I mentioned, Craig, and I'm sure you can testify to this, you do choose your 2, 4, 6, 8 markers for a project, and you want to separate them so they don't end up, you know, you're not guessing, was that the blue, was that the red, right? I'm sure that's happened when you're coloring or creating a card or something. So this is a perfect way to have them accessible and useful, and also segment them away from all the other colors so you know what you're using. So what do you think, Craig? What's your favorite application for the Triangle Traveler, especially at this price?
Oh gosh, now you're asking. Well, I can't answer that one, Tiffany. No. I just think, actually, do you know what came in my head just a moment ago there is what I'm thinking as well for myself is I know Crafters Companion as well as yourself stateside or across on HSN. Here in the UK we're on Hobby Maker, and I know you make an appearance every now and again as well. I'm actually there tomorrow and I'm only there for the day. In a couple of weeks here I'm there for a couple of days, so I'm staying over. So I'm thinking one of these great for the toiletries. I've also, like many, have medication that I need to take, and instead of taking it all that I need to do is just take what I need, and you've got your own individual pockets. It can sit there in the bathroom of the hotel room. It's there ready to go into, whether it is getting ready for, of course, the morning for my shows, whether it's the medication, simply fold it up, put it into my case, and then that's it done. So that for me is one of the ways in which I would use my one, as well as great for the crafty essentials where you're only needing a few things, and it's great to pop these ones in. But these ones here, please remember as well, it's a half-hour deal. So if you're watching live here in the UK, it's 11 minutes past 7. So therefore, it is going to be 11 minutes past 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 minutes past 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if that is the case, then you've still got a little bit of time to get your hands on these ones. Cross on our website or Tiffany's website. It's a Triangle Traveller. You've got the choice of the purple. Purple is what's on the screen. However, you can go for the black, you can go for the turquoise, or you can go for the purple as well. So you've seen the ways in which you can use them, many other ways as well. Each of these, £16.24 or $19.49. Now, when it comes to that price, that is giving you a saving of 35%. That is an exceptional, phenomenal saving when it comes to your Triangle Traveller. The uses, the versatility of it, and just the look of it is so sleek and elegant. Still that top quality design and stitch work that you would already know from Totally Tiffany. But it gets even better, because if you're platinum, and this is a key thing with our Club Inspire, whether it's a USA warehouse clearance, whether it's a craft fault, whether it's Totally Tiffany, whether it's a half-hour one-time only deal, you still get your Club Inspire on top of that. $12.99 or $15.59. All you need to do is choose one of the 4 colours, or are you going to treat yourself? Are you going to go for a couple? Maybe you're going to mix the colours. Maybe you're going to go for 2 black, 2 purple. Maybe you're going to go for 3 turquoise. That's up to you, entirely up to you. There's no limit on the numbers. Please just make sure you take advantage of this half-hour deal as well. So please keep that in mind, $12.99 or $15.59 as a platinum price. But what we are going to do is we're going to have another look at another item, another essential item, which, in my opinion, a lot of them are essential. They've got key purposes and uses for each item. But this one is going to be your 4x6. This is your fab files with 5 pockets. Now, $5.99 or $7.99. It is also in with the 3 for 2. But if you're platinum, it's going to come down to £4.79 or $6.39. Now, it is your 4x6. You do have the pockets as well. So, you know, you'll be able to use them in many similar ways to what Tiffany showed before. It is, of course, a different size within this one here. And I know Tiffany's got a few of hers that she's going to be able to show, because sometimes, Tiffany, people might think, well, you know, you may have a certain item, for instance, the fab files, you've got different sizes, and you might think, is it actually useful? Is it beneficial to have the same item, so to speak, but then in different sizes? And you design items, there's a reason, there's a purpose. So if you've got something that's a different size, there's a reason as to why you've brought that out in a different size.
Absolutely, right. So my end goal is to make crafting fun and easy. You mentioned earlier, Craig, that if you can't see something, you're not going to use it. And if it's not accessible, you're not going to use it. Even if you have something that's way up on a shelf and you have to get a ladder, you're not going to use it. You're going to find something else, right? So my goal is to design products that maximize the space also. So when you look at my shelf spaces, I can maximize that space, left to right, back to front, and top to bottom. And I can do that by using products that are the right size to fill those shelf spaces, right? So this is the 4x6, and it comes with 5 tab divider pockets. I'm just gonna show you a boatload of uses here for the tab divider pocket. So these are clear storage pockets, right? So if you're keeping mementos, children's teeth, their hair, that type of thing, or you're saving something from a trip, but these little pockets are clear, right? So if you just take this little pocket and you put it into a drawer or case or something, you're never going to see it again. It's just going to disappear into that drawer. So it's great for things like those, storing those clear pockets. It's perfect for ephemera, which is something that people kind of struggle with. Where do I put that? If you love your Project Life cards, you can get the 4x6 card in the back and the 2x3 cards in the front, so you can keep that whole collection of cards together. Again, keep things together that you use together. So these are photos, right? Organized again by the ready to scrap, right? I've got six photos per pocket, and that's a one-page layout. Oh, here we go, some more little photos from a trip. And again, those Project Life cards, these are card fronts that have already been made. I just need to put them on a card. So a great way to organize those as well. Just so many different uses for the pockets that fit in the 4x6 fab file. You're going to be able to store in all of the different things that you need and then have access to them. So one of the things, and the pockets are on special today as well, one of the things I would really encourage people to do, and I want you to take note, what I've used here to label, these are your shut your flap tabs, and those are going to come up again later in the show as well. So there's a couple of uses for them right here. One of the things about pockets, people say, oh, do I have to put everything in a pocket? You absolutely do not have to. But one of the benefits to putting everything in a pocket is that now your labels are all the same height. So when I look into this box, it's easy for me to read the labels and pull out what I need. If I take these bits of ephemera and just drop them in between pockets, I'm not even going to see them, which you said, and then I'm not going to use them, right? So keeping as much in those pockets with those labels, level, easy for you to see, easy for you to get to, is really key. This whole box is full of pop dots and different types of flat adhesive. So another way to store those things, right? They get stuck together, they get lost, they get wrinkled or torn or any of those things. So you're going to find that your fab files, especially the 4x6, is a great way to organize those things as well. So like most things in the TT line, a lot of thought in the design of all the fab files and what they're going to hold and how it's going to maximize your space and your accessibility as well, Craig. So these are a great little addition to your craft room, and again, really easy on and off the shelf. That one-handed grab.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I know this is another item that has been very, very popular in the past, and now having it today being the 4x6 fab files with your 5 pockets. $5.99 or $7.99 platinum, or $4.79 or $6.39. I've got a question here, Tiffany. I just thought I would ask you. It's Tammy. It's saying, Tiffany, what is the best bag for my gilding flakes? I have about 15 pots.
You know, the gilding flakes come in 2 different sizes, right? So there's the small size and the larger size. So the larger size, this is the Leanne Buddy Bag here in the larger size with, and then the smaller ones, I have some in here, but I think that Merle, who's part of the bundle, or Edna, do I have an empty Merle or Edna bag right here? I do. So, here's another little tip. Cut the name tag off the packaging and put it into the bag when you get it.
Okay.
Because then when you need another, we'll remember the name. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to take out my gilding flakes here and I'm going to show you that smaller thing. Now, if you have never joined me for a Tuesday live, every Tuesday morning here, I do a show called Tuesday Live, and the whole point of Tuesday Live is for you to be able to ask these questions, right? So you have questions specifically to your supplies. Tune in on Tuesday morning. You'll find information on my Facebook page, and you can ask me those questions directly, and I will do my best to provide you a couple of answers for that. So this is the Merle Buddy Bag. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably get 3 more. That would be 8. I don't think you could get any sideways in there. Oh, it's upside down anyway. So either Merle or Leanne. So the bigger ones I've got here in Leanne, the smaller ones in the Merle Buddy Bag. So either of those are going to be great for gilding flakes.
Brilliant. That's great. Thank you so much for that one. Hopefully that helps Tammy. We've got Mary Reno. So this is going back to the workstation. She's saying, I got 1 to start, loved it, went back and bought more. Janet is saying, I bought 1 workstation and loved it so much that I bought 3 more and 1 for my daughter. And Kristen is saying, I have multiple workstations for different crafts, sewing, cricket, scrapbooking, card making, also for products from different companies. That's a really good idea as well. You know, so many different craft companies' products work well together, but if you are like me as well, I do like to keep them separate, so I know that I've got our products here, I've got Hunky Dory products there, I've got Tiffany's storage there, so I like to have them separate, although when it comes to Tiffany's item, you're going to be using a lot of them to store in, but I know exactly what you mean, Kristen. We've got Mary saying the desk station is also great for organising knitting needles, straight and circular, and the crochet hooks, plus all the little gadgets you might have. Love that idea. Colette is saying the vinyl organiser is the absolute best way I found to store vinyl efficiently. Well, I'm going to take note of that one. We've got Leslie saying I use the product to store my gift wrapping paper too. Good idea, that one being with the actual vinyl holder. We've also got, so back onto the idea of your wrapping paper, Victoria saying, I don't have a lot of cricket material rolls, but loads of wrapping paper. I didn't think I needed this storage, but I'm starting to like the slide storage idea. That's it. You may think, okay, in the title, it's a specific name, for instance, vinyl, but you can see from what Tiffany's shown you, and don't forget the lives that she does on a Tuesday night, US time, that you're going to be getting other ideas as well. So that's really, really good to see the different ways you like to use them too. Charlotte is saying, oh no, now I need these in every colour too. That's with the triangles. Just to say, you still get your hands on them at that incredible 35% discount. Now there's less than 10 minutes to go. So if you are watching live on this Friday evening here in the UK, then you've got 10 minutes to go. It's open for everyone, but it still ends in 10 minutes. It's only a half-hour deal. Mary Parsons saying good afternoon from Pennsylvania. We've also got Mary Pat saying, what a great idea for a gift. Fill the triangle traveller with games for the grandkiddos. Thanks, Tiffany. Good idea. That's a good idea. Not that I have grandkids, but do you know what I mean? It's a good idea. You know, my little cousins, although I say little, one's like 24 now, the other one is about 21, and they're like sky high above me, but yeah, still got that idea as well. And we've got Barbara saying, I use all Tiffany's colours as I colour code. Turquoise is paper crafting, pink is planning, purple is sewing, black is for cataloguing. I do the same for seasonal supplies in my craft area. Barbara, I think I've fallen in love with you. That, for me, is absolutely heaven on earth. I love that idea. I love organisation, hence why I love doing these shows with Tiffany, and I love that idea. If we could just dot back, if you don't mind, Tiffany, to you, just on that feature as well. I like the idea that, yes, you make them, you design them to serve a purpose, but then colour actually is quite relevant in a way that a lot of people will use a store or having that organised feature.
It really is. And, you know, Barbara's kind of a rock star. She is very, very well organized. She knows lots and lots about the Totally Tiffany brand. And I just want to shout out a big thank you to her for being with us today, because she really does have great ideas, and she shares them with us on our Facebook group and on our Tuesday Lives. So great, big thank you to you, Barbara, for being with us today, and always being so helpful to everyone else as they get organized. Mm-hmm. But yeah, color is a key thing. It's a great way to organize. It also gives you a little bit of brightness to your craft room. So spicing it up with the turquoise or the pink or the purple is really kind of a fun thing in your craft room. I also wanted to just touch back to the gal who said she was thinking about using it for wrapping paper, the vinyl roll trays. So it is great for wrapping paper. It's also great for gift bags. So a lot of times we have gift bags that are birthday or wedding or Christmas or whatever it is. Well, you don't need those all the time, but if you fill your vinyl roll tray with birthday gift bags and then you slide it up on the top shelf of the closet, when you need a birthday gift bag, you can just grab that down, pull one out, and throw it back up there. Wow. So a really easy is not just wrap, but gift bags. So thank you for mentioning that. So it reminded me that there's other little gift wrap goodies that you can store in your vinyl roll tray as well.
Excellent, brilliant. And actually as well, this has got absolutely nothing to do with storage, nothing to do with Crafter's Companion, nothing to do with Totally Tiffany, but I know nothing about golf. Tiffany, of course, you are an absolute huge lover of golfing. Did you know where my hometown is in Scotland?
St Andrews?
Close, it's Carnoustie.
I don't know where that is.
You don't know? Well, that went down like a lead balloon. We get the big golf events. There's Carnoustie, St Andrews, and Gleneagles. Did you not know that?
Well, I'm gonna tap your knowledge. I've only been golfing for about a year. It's a brand new addiction for me. My husband has been playing golf for years, and one of our big trips will be over to Scotland to play. So get yourself ready, Craig. I'm going to look for a tour guide and all the tips and tricks, places to go, things to see when we're over there. So I will trade you out a plethora of Totally Tiffany stuff for your expertise on Scotland. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Oh, that is an absolute done deal for sure. And you know what? I would do it even without any of the Totally Tiffany goodies. But yeah, you'll have an absolute blast. But yeah, if you ever, as you carry on with your golfing, if you hear the big golfing events and you'll hear Carnoustie, you're like, that's where Craig's hometown is, now that I know. But yeah, that is a little bit of golfing. As I say, hometown, I know nothing about golf. It's a good place to walk the dog. That's about it. Just don't let certain dogs near the golf balls because they'll just nick them and run away, like my mum and stepdad's dogs. Clemmy. It's fun. Well, not for the golfers. Anyway, let's have a look at the next item. This one here is your 6x6 paper handler. Now, I know Tiffany briefly showed it earlier. We are going to have a look at it again. Now, this one as well. Think of the size, the fact that it's 6x6. So it's still a sizable component when it comes to storage. £3.74 or $4.49. It's a saving of 25%, which is another cracking deal when it comes to the percent off. And then if you are platinum, even better, £2.99 or $3.59 for your 6x6 paper handler. Now, I know off the back of my hand because I've got, actually I've got two of them. One of them I hold 6x6. Now, for me, Tiffany, am I correct in saying that it can hold up to at least 100 sheets?
You know, that's kind of a tricky thing about paper storage, because if you're storing paper, as you know, it's significantly thinner than cardstock.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's all the different brands with super thick cardstock and not as thick cardstock. So basically, what you've got is about 1.75 inches of space to store in. So depending on how you stack it up. So right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 paper pads, and I've got the tab divider pockets. Again, look, I'm showing you here. I've got the shut your flap tabs that I've used as labels there as well. Adds a little bit of color. And these are 25 sheets a piece. So I've got about 200 sheets of cardstock in here, and they are, as I'm flipping, you can see they're kind of a thicker, heavy-duty cardstock. So you're going to be able to get about 200 sheets of cardstock, or about 8 pads, 25. But again, it's really going to vary based on how thick that card is. So at like all paper handlers, you've got the little pull-up handle, so it's easy to pick that up and carry it around, take it with you, drop it in your tote, grab it off the shelf, bring it to your workspace. All the paper handlers, like I said, have that feature of those pop-up handles that fold down so they can go onto your shelf without wasting that extra space as well. So this is loaded with 6x6 paper pads. Could be for 6x6 paper. But also I want you to think about it, Craig, for storing just your 6x6 cards, right? Your pre-folded 6x6 cards. The 6x6 square envelopes, right? Anything that's going to be in that 6x6 dimension, because you can see we've got this little extra space here. We've got the little extra space at the top. So even if your products, your 6x6 products, are 7x7, you're going to be able to fit them into the 6x6 paper handler. So great for paper, pre-folded card, pre-cut card, envelopes, anything in that 6x6 dimension. Maybe even stamp sets that are 6x6, because you've got the nice pockets you can add to hold your stamps and dies together. So a perfect way to store, like, so much. I guess this is our theme, isn't it, Craig, today? You can use Totally Tiffany products for so many things other than what the package is actually calling that particular product. So 6x6 paper handler, no exception on that.
No, definitely not, definitely not. And the thing is everything that you do and that we've got in the show as well, it looks lovely. It looks, and many of the items as well, they look elegant, you know, they're nice if you see them set up now, you can see from behind you, but they all serve a purpose, and that is the key thing as well. So yeah, that one there is your 6x6 paper handler, $3.74 or $4.49. You've got that saving of 25%, but if you are platinum, that's going to come down to £2.99 or $3.59. Of course, all the places to go, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. When it comes to Totally Tiffany items, you can also shop across on Tiffany's website as well. For you guys stateside that had the USA warehouse clearance last night with Tiffany and Ben, just to say you can still get your hands on these items. You can still take the benefit of your free shipping as long as your basket comes to over $50, and of course your basket also contains all items from the warehouse clearance. You'll find items on the website with the orange sticker. These are ones that mean they're part of the warehouse clearance. So as long as your order is $50 or more that all contain items from the USA warehouse clearance, you'll get your free shipping on top of that one. So it's a nice one to have a look at while you're across on our website or of course on Totally Tiffany's. Now, we've got something that I have requested over the last couple of days while I've been in, and all about the organisation event this week on Crafters TV. So when I've been in, although they've not been necessarily a dedicated Tiffany shows, I've been asked if we could feature this one. I love the idea. I love the uses, the versatility, which that runs throughout everything that you've seen, far and beyond, the versatility of it. But this one being the desk made, I love the fact with this one here, it works together. The purpose of it is together. You want to use them separate, that's great. But then even the things such as individual pods, the move, the rock, the fall over. Yes, they're strong, they're sturdy. Depending on what you put in it, if that was to happen, Tiffany's covered that. And you've also get not just your actual desk-made store pods, you're also going to get the tray, but you're also going to get the actual clips as well. Now, the clips look like these that we can see just here. So they look like great big paper clips that you've got within these ones here, and these serve a purpose, as does everything. Now, everything that I'm showing you, the tray, the pods, and you're going to get a pack of your actual little clips, all of that £30.46 or $36.32. It is half price. That is why I've been shouting about it, certainly the last few days that I've been in Crafters TV on the back end of this week. Even better, that being half price at that price, but even better if you are platinum, it's going to come down to $24.37 or $29.06. Now, do you know what? I know over the last, as I say, couple of days, I've been just going on and on about it. I've been showing you different ways, how it's used, the features of it. You've maybe been sick fed up of me showing you. So I can see on my screen that Tiffany's got hers all set up, ready to show you. So let's go back across to Tiffany, who's got hers, and she can explain it in her ways as to how phenomenal that this desk made is.
Okay, so one, Craig, you gave us the basic rundown on this. I'm going to tell you, this is an amazing price. Mm-hmm. This is a great price. If you are using the IKEA Kallax or the IKEA Expedit or the big box store cube storage, this whole system is going to slide into one of those cubes, right? So when you have those cubes, you're reaching back, you're knocking things over, you're digging through things. Imagine putting everything on this tray and then just pulling the little handle, sliding it out, grabbing what you need, and sliding it back into the cube. So one of the best uses for it. Yeah. You are getting, like Craig said, all 7 pieces. Now the pieces hook together with the clips, and I'm going to show you how that works. So every one of the pieces has a band that goes around all 4 sides, mm-hmm. and that allows you to clip them together this way. If you have a corner on your desk and you want to go around a corner, right, you can clip them together like this. You can make that corner whatever shape you need it to be, wherever you need it to be. And it's super simple. You're just going to take that big clip. These are my cheater ones. I have all the dimensions written on the sides of them here. I don't have the dimensions in metric though, so I should do that. So now those are clipped together, right? And I can slide it forward. I can clip this piece to it. I can clip this piece to the other side. Wherever you need this kind of organization, you are going to be able to configure these 7 pieces to all work together, or leave them all on the tray in the way that they configure as well. So this one I loaded up, and I saw Craig, and I hope we have time for you to show us yours, because yours is a little bit more craft focused. Mm-hmm. I try to look at some different ways and uses. So this little 3 these little 3 pieces I clip together. This is a Kleenex box and a notepad, some markers, and my television remote, right? So if you have a little table in your TV room or on your nightstand, or you need to gather some things together and keep them accessible, maybe you want to use one of the smaller ones and keep your nighttime medication in that little pod and all clipped together with things. All of those things are very workable. And you can see when I move one, because they're clipped together, they all go with me. So that feature of this was kind of one of the main keys of it. How do I configure this to fit in any space wherever I needed to go? So, here I have some stamping tools, some brushes, water brushes. I've got a couple of my bigger tools as well. One thing I also want you to keep in mind, though, is that a lot of these components are going to work with our pockets. So these are the 8x5 pockets. We have 2 styles in 8x5, one with a flap, one without a flap, and those are going to fit here. So if you have large sets of dies and stamps, and that's what you want to do with this cube, it's a perfect way to use the cube for organizing craft supplies. The big piece, the big back piece, is going to work for 12x12 or 8.5x11. Okay, there are my shut your flap tabs again, right? Those are on special today. Great deal on those, so don't miss that. I've used them to label here. But again, these are the 8.5x11 landscape size pockets. So 8.5x11 also comes vertical. The 12x12 pockets, this could just as easily be 12x12 paper. But this box has another, as Craig kind of mentioned earlier, divider that you can pull across. And so now you've got 2 compartments in this large box instead of just the one. So you can go with your vertical 8.5x11 pockets. I'm going to see if I have one right here that I can show you in that configuration, right? And then you've got this extra space on the other side. Oh, I didn't put my Velcro on very good there, but then you've got this extra space on the other side for taller things like rulers or paintbrushes or that type of thing. So I guess the biggest benefit to this whole desk-made store and clip pod collection is that how configurable it is. And also you can buy pieces independently. So if you say, okay, I love this back piece, I want another big piece like that so I can put my 8.5x11 papers in the front and my 12x12 papers in the back, I'm going to do that. Or I want to use a couple of these to go in to store my dies and stamps, right? So then you can pack those in. You can create exactly the space that you need or that you want to store your supplies, whatever you're trying to store, so that it's really efficient and really easy to work with. So, and I would say, Craig, for me, the most important thing about this collection is how I can configure it together or separately, and still have all those pieces stand up, go whatever direction I need them to go. I mean, I just think, I know that you love it. I know it was one of your choices for the show today. And so I'm really glad we've got it on. And especially at that price, you cannot go wrong for this many storage pieces and components.
Definitely not. Definitely not. You've seen the ways in which Tiffany's showing you her ones here. What we'll do just briefly as well, as Tiffany mentioned it, let's have a look at our one. Now, our one is not anywhere near full with the amount that you can store in here. It is all crafty related items that we've got here from our studio here. Now, again, the explanation that Tiffany gave with all of the cubes that you've got in there. I'm not going to move them about because you've seen the ways and how you can use them, but we've got some of our pens, tri-blends, you've got some of your illustrators, we've got our craft knife scissors. If you still love to use your foil press like I do, you can then start to use some of these ones to store your rolls of foil. But then maybe you're also a lover like I am of our Gemini Junior or maybe your MIDI. Then you're going to be able to go in and store your plates in one of them. And that's only, you know, this one here, I've still got loads and loads of rooms. I've got some rocker blocks in there as well. Then within this one here, we've just put a load of different items in here. These are all joined when it comes to the little clips, but your little dies, you could then be using your double-sided tape, lots of items, lots of uses, whether it is individually, using them separate, it's up to you, but then you've got the ability to hold all of your 12x12s at the back. If you were lucky enough last night to get that 12x12 rotating board, that would also fit into the back as well. Your paper pads, doesn't have to be 12 by 12, it could be A4 letter size, it could be smaller if you want to. Key thing is, with everything, you can store what you like in there. We come here, we can give you ideas. Tiffany can tell you the reasons as to why she brought it, designed it, and then you can decide whether you're going to use them in that way, whether you're going to change it up. But the key thing with this one here, it's the desk made. You've got your store and clip pods as well. So you've got your 7, the cubes, you've got the actual pods as well, or the clips as well. All of that, £30.46 or $36.32. That is a half price, which is exceptional in its own right. But if you are platinum, that comes down to $24.37 or $29.06. All of these across on our website or Tiffany's website that you can go to shop till your heart's content. Then we're going to move on to a little bit of slide, stash and store action. This one here being a 3-pack collection. Now you're going to get 9 trays in total. I'm just checking to see if we have these ones here on my side. So we don't have them here. So I shall give you the details and then we can then go across to Tiffany. But these ones here, it is £17 or $22. You're saving over 30% when it comes to these ones here. This one here is a platinum price of $13.60 or $17.60. So once again, this is one that is open to everyone. You can get your hands on if you so wish. So it is the Slide, Stash and Store 3-pack collection, 9 trays in total, with a saving of over 30%. Now, I'm not sure if I don't have them on this side here. Just wondering if Tiffany's got them across on her end of the pond.
I have got the Slide Session Store. It's one of my favorite things. I got to just take a little journey back.
Okay.
You said foil press, and this is the large component to the foil press. You can use those pockets to put all of your the little bits and pieces that go with it, but even the cord, all the tools. Right. So as you're thinking about what you're going to do with your desk made stored clip, it's keeping things together, you use together. It's a great way to store all of your foiling things together. Okay, that was just a little sidetrack there.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay, so you are getting the size 1, the size 2, and the size 3 boxes or Slide, Stash, and Store. So these are in 1s, and this is 2. I'll pull the 3s in a minute. I just want you to notice, I know you all are tired of me saying this, look how easy it was for me to pull these products out, right? So if I want to work with Nuvo drops, I can slide this off my shelf. I can bring it to my workspace. I can access those products, put them back, and then slide them back on the shelf. It's visible, it's accessible, it's so easy to pull in and out. I mean, I love it. So the number 1 is the smaller tray, and you can see all the different glitters, re-inkers. These are shaker-shaped fillers, of course. I mean, I have scads of them. Look at this thread, right? The thread is protected, but it's still visible. You can see what all the colors are in there. The number 2 here, I've got loaded with paints, right? So if you like to paint and you want to pull your paints out and set them on your workspace, these are stained again. I'm going to work with blue. I'm going to pull it out, use it. I'm going to pop it back in. When I'm ready to put them away, on the shelf they go. So the number 2 is going to work for things like paints, but it's also going to work for your other sprays, your adhesives, right? So these are all different kinds of adhesive. Whatever craft you're doing, there are adhesives involved. So load up one of your Slide, Stash, and Store with a variety of adhesives, put it on your workspace, and then you can pull them in and out. Again, use whichever ones you want and drop them back into place. Okay. When you're finished, slide it back on your shelf. Look at all the sprays, Craig. All the different types of sprays and mists, right, at your fingertips. So that's the 1 and the 2. The 3 I love for tool storage. So we all have these bulky tools, right? These kind of things that aren't flat. They're almost impossible to store. If you stack them up, they get hung up on each other. You waste a bunch of space. But now once you get them organized, now you can slide them past each other on the shelf. It doesn't matter that they're bulky if they have instructions. So here's all the pieces for the flower making board that I've got. Here are the instructions for how to use it. I know, again, you're tired of me. No. Keep things together, use together. this is a perfect way to do it. And look how I have just maximized out my space on my shelf. Everything is fast and easy to get to. So scoreboards, anything like that is going to be perfect in a slide stash and store. So the 1, 2, and 3 sizes that you're getting are going to work, Craig, for everything in your craft room and make it easy to get out and put back as well. Very simple.
Very simple indeed. That's the key thing. That is the key thing, you know, incredible. I don't know about you, but whether you've got your Spectrum Noir refill inkers, maybe you have got some of your Cosmic Shimmer items from our website, or maybe from Creative Expressions Direct. Maybe you've got Hunky Dory's Glimmer Mist from us, or again from them. So yeah, it's going to work well with our product, but think about all the gels, the sprays, the mist that you've got at home from other brands as well, either that you've shopped from HSN or Hobby Maker here in the UK. But that one is your slide stash and store. That is your 3-pack collection with 9 trays in total, £17 or $22. That's with a saving of over 30%, and it comes down even more to a platinum price of $13.60 or $17.60 for you guys stateside. So there we go. That's another really, really good one, and how they all work and complement together. We've got. This is going back to Barbara after Tiffany. Give her mention. Barbara was saying Tuesday nights are the highlight of my week. So useful information. That's lovely. So don't forget, every Tuesday night US time, Tiffany does live across on Facebook, where you can ask questions about what's the best storage solution for whatever item you're wanting to ask, or ideas. That's going to be on a Tuesday night, so US time once again. Laura Gray saying, I love my Totally Tiffany products. Charlotte Everett is saying, whenever I get anything pink, my daughter always wants. She has a desk organizer, trash can, and lowest tote. Laura Gray saying the 6x6 paper handler is perfect for my little scraps. I've got 2 questions here. I'll quickly fire them across to Tiffany. This is Judy is saying, which bag do you use for the Cricut cartridges, Tiffany?
Cricut cartridges, probably the best choice for those is going to be the Sue Buddy bag. And so when you put them into the Sue bag, oh, Sue, where are you? There she is. There she is. You can't hide from me, Sue. When you put them into the Sue Buddy bag, you're going to put the booklets and overlays in a row this way, and then you can put cartridges at the end or cartridges across the front. And I think, if I remember correctly, that you can get 8 to 10 booklets, overlays, and cartridges in one Sue Buddy bag. The slimline storage solution also is a great solution for Cricut. I'm going to make Susie jump up and hop around here. So if you can grab the slimline storage, second shelf up, past the 4-level stadium arranger, right in there, I believe. That's the first box after the 4-level. I think it's that one. Yes, I can see it. So that's another option that we've got for you, the slimline storage. So this is the one with the 9x4 pockets.
Okay.
And you can see here, you can take your cartridge and put it in the pocket next to your booklets and overlays. So 2 great options for your Cricut storage.
Brilliant. And then we've got one last one here, and straight away from a few of the items you've shown within the last couple of hours, Tiffany, I know a few that would work well, but of course I'll ask you. It is Cynthia saying, what works best to store my foil press foils?
Foil press foils, probably Katja is going to be your best choice. So if foil press, let me see here. Okay, here we go. So this is the Katja Buddy bag, and so she has, again, 4 individual oh, there's her name tag at the bottom. She's got 4 individual boxes as well, so that's going to fit perfectly for those shorter rolls of foil, right? I have some 12-inch rolls of foil that you saw in the VRO system. The other thing is, also on special today, are these small pockets. So these are die and stamp pockets.
Okay.
I think you get 25 of them in the package that are on special today. And that's a great place to store. I don't have the foil pieces in here, but I just have dies in there. But it's a great way to store those small foil press bits as well. So a great way to store all your rolls of foil right here. Easy close it up, take it with you, store it, all those things. You're going to love it. And I also wanted to mention, Craig, you mentioned that you got your little Cricut Joy. Buddy bags are a great solution for storing your power cords and cables. So you've got 2 cables, one for your printer, one for your power cord. Put them in that small, like iRing buddy bag is a perfect buddy bag for those type of things. Keep it right with your machine. Same thing with your Gemini machine. Get those power cables into a little buddy bag. They're going to stay, wound up and easy to use. So
definitely.
Just a great option for that.
Excellent, thank you for that one, Tiffany. Right, we've got yet another one, another cracking one that's coming your way, and this one here is going to be the easy to organise. This is the Pack and Pop 3-piece collection. So, well, no surprise, you're going to get your 3 packs within this one here. All 3 of them £39 or $46. If you are Platinum, it is going to come down to £31.20 or $36.80. So you can kind of see you've got that kind of small, that medium in the large. These ones here, do you know something? As well as being versatile and serving an incredible purpose, these are so fun. I know it's just the little things. I know it's not necessarily an important feature. However, that fact of that you've got that pack and pop, that pull down, it reveals, of course, whatever it is you're storing. It's great straight away of a safety feature. If you want to store your scissors, maybe your craft knife, we do say never have them stored in upright. You do have that specialised, like foam material at the bottom. I know Tiffany will talk us through that just in a moment. But all of the 3 of them are in that same forum. You've got the little tabs down there, and then if I bring this one into lovely, sleek design, you've got the versatility, usable feature when it comes to your pens. Of course, we feature a lot within the craft room, but then it's all the different rooms throughout the house, your caravan, your camper van. Maybe you've got, you're going out fishing or the golfing, and there's certain things you want to put in here. All serve a purpose, but these are just nice little ones to have. And I say little, and I say that loosely, because yet again, it is really, really phenomenal in the amount that these can actually store, Tiffany.
It is, and you know what? There is a fun factor to these as well. So as you can see, I've got some tools here. I've got all my Cricut tools here. I just used a piece of repositionable vinyl on the front of mine so that I could label it and see what that was like. I'm going to try to pull it up here for you so you can see how that looks once you've got the pull-up part done, right? So I've got that nice label. I can easily drop it into my tote, store it, take it with me, all those things. Some bigger tools here as well. My trimmer, my hot glue gun, my hot glue gun, my mini trimmer, and my scissors there. Basic tools here. Now you're thinking, how are all those things standing up? Well, you are going to find inside each pack and pop case is a cube of what we call pick and pluck foam. So your pack and pop case has pick and pluck foam inside. And it's going to look like a solid block of foam when you get it. You can see how it divides up, right? I've already pulled one segment out of there. But so you are going to figure out, what do I want to put in here and how do I want to hold it up? And then you're just going to grab a little piece of that foam and pluck it out.
Oh.
Right? Now that's going to hold whatever tool you want in the position that you want it to be held in. So really important for things like your Cricut tools because they're so pointy on the top, right? So being able to stand those up and face those points in, they're easy to access, but you can see all your tools and they're staying nice and safe in there. So to do that, you're just gonna pluck out the right amount of squares in your pick and pluck foam, and then you're gonna stuff it back into your bag. And then you have the perfect little segments for each of your tools in there. Now this one has a lot of different things in it. So I plucked out all of the center, but left the outside to give my bag that standing up stability and keeping everything centered in there. So things like my glasses here, this cutter, and of course I did have my trimmer and my knife and my scissors in there. So you can pluck out all of the middle pieces if you need to, or you can just select certain little segments to pluck out depending on exactly what you're going to want to store in there. So And as you said, Craig, you're getting all three of them, the small, the medium, and the large. The large actually extends up quite tall. So I've got shorter items in there, but you literally can pull it up. Oh, it's hung up on my thing there. You can literally pull it up to be quite tall. So really taller things like paint brushes, that type of thing are gonna fit in there as well. So just a fun little collection of products that also serves a big purpose in your craft room.
It definitely does. Definitely does. And if I can just say as well, this time on a Friday night, there is absolutely no way I'm going to even attempt to say what that foam inside is called, because I just know it's going to come out completely the wrong way. Do you know something? Yet again, just like last week for the first time that we've done a proper show together, we're at the end of the show as well. What can I say that many haven't already said, Tiffany, myself as well? You know, I adore you, I adore your products, I love the versatility of them. You know, the deals have been exceptional as well that I know you and the team have put together. This whole week where it's all about getting organised has just been an absolute runaway success. It just proves that there is still a need, there's still a want for, yes, storage that serves a purpose, but your top quality storage. Many know you can go to an inexpensive store and get storage, and you know what's going to break? You're going to end up binning it. Get top quality from Tiffany with that exceptional value. And I can't thank you enough, Tiffany. It's been an absolute joy once again.
You know, Craig, it's so much fun to work with you, and I just really enjoy chatting with you and helping all of the people watching get their supplies organized. So just a fun and very relaxed show tonight. So thanks so much for letting me be with you, those of you in the UK and those of you here. Thanks again for joining with us for this masterclass. And again, Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific or noon Eastern. You can always pop onto my Facebook page and ask any questions that you want. You know, it's great to watch the whole Tuesday live because somebody is probably going to ask a question that you hadn't actually thought of, but you might be like, oh, I do need to do that, or that would work well for me. So join me for Tuesday live. And of course, always come back and visit all of us here at Crafters TV for all of the great programs that happen every week. Thanks again, Craig. Have a great rest of your day. I am actually headed out to the golf course right now.
Oh, excellent. I'm heading home to bed because I'm up early to be travelling for Hobby Maker shows here in the UK, just going on 8 o'clock here in the UK. But yeah, thank you once again to you and your family, and we will see you again very shortly on Crafters TV. Wow. What a fun 2 hours that has been. Absolutely adore working with Tiffany. You know, I said the last time, you know, I followed Tiffany for many, many years in the craft industry. Now actually being able to come here and work with her, fingers crossed one day I'll get to meet her face to face. Although we did once, and that was, 3 years ago when I went across to HSN and actually seen Tiffany, but it was very briefly, and then we just clicked, as you said the last time. But thank you so much. A massive thank you to Grace for keeping me company with all of your comments and all of your questions. Hopefully I managed to get all of the questions anyway answered from Tiffany, and as many of your comments as well. Big thank you to Jake as well, Jake and Nicola, because trust me, when it comes to the incredible storage, there is a lot of work that gets put into getting it organised, and then certainly when it comes to all the angles and that Charlotte's been doing, so massive thank you. But thank you, Tiffany, and all of you at home as well for keeping me company. That's not me though. I am here in the UK. I'm going to be on Hobby Maker at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. So that is of course a channel here in the UK that you can shop from in the UK. But if you are out of the UK and in America, you can watch, you just can't shop. It's exactly the same as HSN. We can watch, we just can't shop. But I will be back here all day Sunday with Debbie. That being said, Debbie is going to be here all day tomorrow with, I believe, Corin and Debbie for a full day, jam-packed of crafty goodies on Crafters TV. So in the meantime, if I don't see you via Hobby Maker tomorrow, I will see you Sunday, where we've got a great day coming your way. We'll see you then. Bye.